we're heading out to a place called Camp Nelson. What is shaking, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Meandering Outdoors. This week we're heading out to a place called Camp Nelson down in the southern Sierras. At the moment we're cruising down I-5. We just crossed over the California Aqueduct southbound. So yeah, if you guys tuned in last week, then you know I was getting a bunch of my climbing gear together to go visit my uncle and do a little tree work for him up at a cabin of his. And if you're new here, thanks for clicking on. That's what this episode's going to be about. We're traveling down to southern Sierras. Just had to stop, grab some gas. I'm still probably about 2 hours away or so. But thank you all again for tuning in, checking out the channel and everything. I think the second part, it's not all going to be just travel. This is just the beginning. Once we get up there and stuff, we'll be doing a little tree climbing and a little tree work. So should be a little exciting. Just cutting some dead branches and whatnot, just cleaning it up, get it aesthetically pleasing, and we'll tune in with you guys after a bit once we get probably heading up the hill or something. Wild. Haven't been back out this way in decades. I was kind of like that kid you hear stories about, lives out the ocean, always staring out at sea, kind of just wondering what's out there. That's kind of how I was out here with the mountains up here. Just always in the back of my head wondering what's out there. Always just couldn't wait to get up there in those mountains and start exploring, start meandering. Alright, we're almost to Uncle's now, so it's been a long drive. I'm getting pretty tired. I'm gonna have to crank this music up.
A few moments later.
On the road again. Just passed through the little town of Springville. Starting to head up the hill. Get off this valley floor. It's hot. Whoa, what is this? That is a cool looking cave. And right off the highway, that's just wild. Heck yeah, finally up here in the cedars and the pines. The temperature just dropped about 10-15 degrees. Way nicer than down there in that valley. Got Unc in front of us with the trailer there. I don't know what I got myself into. It's either going to be a lot of fun or a lot like work. Well, we just arrived. Just been unloading stuff, utilizing the side-by-side. That made it sweet, trying to come down from up top. But yeah, this place is pretty sweet. Except for all the bears. That's what that was for. We just put the shutters down. You'll get eaten. There's Uncle Alan. The spitting image.
Cheers.
Can't you tell? Heading out for a cruise. Gonna go check some stuff out. He knows the woods like the back of his hand. It's where I learned all my tricks. Just pulled over to check out this spot right here. This is pretty awesome. It's Camp Nelson Soda Spring in honor of Charles B. Smith. Dedicated August 5th, 1949. Oh, this is super crazy. How cool is that? Word has it, if you want the best pancakes, use this water. We just rolled into Belknap Camp. You can see one of the giant sequoias hiding in there. We're just admiring this giant sequoia in the middle of this campground here. Somehow I lost audio. There's a pretty nice stand of sequoia here in the Belknap campground, right along the Tule River. Nice swimming hole looks like down over here. What a cool spot. He thinks if he's still enough we can't see him. Well, I think we're gonna mosey on back to the cabin. Call it an evening. What's shaking, folks? It's a new morning. Had a nice evening just hanging out around the campfire and catching up on old times with the uncle. It was awesome. Good stuff. And now's work day. We're gonna be climbing up and taking out some of these dead branches and get a nice view from off the deck. Move some of these squirrel and bird feeders higher. We're actually got a tractor coming that's gonna cut in a road. New little parking area over here too, so we got a lot to do. I've got Uncle in there. He's making some breakfast, so I'm gonna start getting some line set in some trees and get prepped for work. I started in that one, got that one all cleaned up. Left a couple little limbs to let the birdies perch on. I'm gonna go up this one and clean that one, swing over, do this one. Already did that one. Left a line in it because we're gonna move that bird feeder over there. All right, well, silly me. I think I mentioned earlier, my GoPro had gone down before I came out on this trip. Black screened, and then I messed around and left my nice tripod and everything, so all I have is my phone and no way to mount it really to anything, so sorry about all the footage in this one. Not a lot of cool stuff, but I'll do what I can. The views from up here though are awesome. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trees today. Just limbed up, making it look nice. Check out these treetop views though. back down to the ground we go. Well, we just started pulling some trees over now. We're gonna be working on making this whole area nice and level and flat, and use these cedar logs to build a retaining wall back over here, flat down along there, so we can have a fire pit, picnic table, all that fun stuff. Nice spot to be able to hang out. And we got old Mark showed up, and he's cutting in a road, little driveway here for us. It's gonna cruise down around here, do a nice sweeping turn, and then cruise in kind of back here where the picnic table is, so we can pull right up to the cabin. That's gonna be super sweet. Make it really nice. Got our first log placed for the retaining wall. Dig a little ditch to put the next one in. Well, we may not be from Hazard County, but a couple good old boys get a lot done.
2,000 years later.
Got that thing filled up and got the road cut in. Well, the driveway. That's gonna make things so much nicer. Even took some of the trees that we dropped that were standing dead and got our retaining walls built and a nice flat spot in here so that we can have our cornhole games. And not too bad for a couple days work, spending some time with some family and good friends. I think we're gonna go ahead and end this episode here, folks. So y'all know the woods are for meandering. Get out there, explore, adventure, and if you can think of it in your mind, you can make it happen. It just takes a little work and the right group of people. Take care, y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Bye now.